Did you know that most people experience a dramatic decline in health after the age of 80? For many, it happens so gradually that they don't even realize it. First, it's a little more fatigue than usual, then the stairs feel steeper, meals become smaller, and social visits less frequent. Before long, strength fades, independence slips away, and life becomes a routine of doctor's appointments and medications. But what if it didn't have to be this way? What if the choices you make today could mean not just living longer, but living well, even beyond 100? Aging isn't what most people think it is. It's not just the body wearing out like an old machine. It's a combination of habits, mindset, and biology. It's the result of how you've treated your body, what you've fed your mind, and the connections you've built or lost along the way. The truth is, people who live to 100 don't just get lucky, they do things differently. They move more, eat better, and stay socially engaged. They wake up with a reason to live every single day. And here's the best part, you can do the same. Most seniors assume that physical decline is inevitable, but in reality, the body is remarkably resilient. Muscles can be strengthened at any age. The brain can form new connections well into your 90s. Even loneliness, one of the biggest threats to longevity, can be reversed with a single phone call, a visit with a friend, or walk through the neighborhood. The problem is that many people don't realize this until it's too late. They accept the myths of aging, believing that weakness, forgetfulness, and isolation are just part of the package, but they don't have to be. So why do most people start declining after 80? The answer is simple. They stop doing the things that keep them strong. They stop moving as much, and their muscles shrink. They stop learning, and their brains slow down. They stop making social connections, and loneliness takes a toll on their hearts, both physically and emotionally. But those who break this pattern, who keep moving, keep learning, and keep connecting, defy the odds. They live longer, not just in years, but in vitality. That's why today we're going to talk about the 5 secrets to living beyond 100. These aren't just theories or wishful thinking. They are proven strategies from centenarians around the world, people who have aged not just gracefully, but powerfully. And here's the good news. It's never too late to start. You don't have to change everything overnight. Even small shifts in how you move, eat, think, and connect with others can add years, maybe even decades to your life. So if you're ready to take control of your future, let's begin. Because aging isn't about counting the years. It's about making the years count. Aging is often misunderstood. Many people assume that once they hit 80, their body is destined to weaken, their memory is bound to fade, and their energy will inevitably decline. But what if that's not entirely true? What if the reason most people experience a sharp downturn after 80 isn't just because of age itself, but because of choices, both conscious and unconscious, that gradually chip away at their health? The reality is most seniors don't just get old overnight. Instead, they stop doing the things that keep them strong, and that's when the body begins to deteriorate. One of the biggest and most overlooked factors in aging is muscle loss. Have you ever noticed how many people struggle to get out of a chair, climb stairs, or even walk short distances after a certain age? That's because after 30, the body begins losing muscle naturally, a condition called sarcopenia. By 60, that loss accelerates, and by 80, if nothing is done to counteract it, it can lead to severe frailty, weakness, and an increased risk of falls. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury and hospitalization for seniors, and often a single bad fall can mark the beginning of a permanent decline in health. But here's the important part. Muscle loss is not inevitable, it's reversible. Strength training, even in small amounts, can rebuild lost muscle, improve balance, and restore confidence in movement. Studies show that seniors in their 90s can regain strength through simple body weight exercises. The key is to never stop using your muscles. So movement is life. And the moment you stop challenging your body, it begins to shut down. But movement alone isn't enough. Nutrition plays a huge role in how the body ages, yet many seniors unknowingly deprive themselves of the nutrients they need. As people get older, their appetite tends to decrease. Meals get smaller, sometimes skipped, and over time, critical deficiencies set in. Protein is one of the most important nutrients for maintaining muscle. Yet many seniors don't get enough. Without it, the body has nothing to rebuild muscle tissue, leading to further weakness. Beyond that, dehydration becomes a major issue. Many older adults don't feel as thirsty as they used to, leading to chronic dehydration that causes confusion, dizziness, and fatigue. Then there's micronutrients, vitamin D for bone strength, B12 for brain function, and magnesium for energy. When the body lacks these essentials, it ages faster. And then there's an even bigger risk, loneliness. It's often said that humans are social creatures, but few people realize just how much social connection impacts health. Loneliness doesn't just affect mood, it literally shortens lifespan. Studies show that chronic loneliness increases stress hormones, weakens the immune system, and accelerates cognitive decline. In fact, social isolation has been shown to be as damaging to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Many seniors experience a gradual loss of social ties over time. Friends move away, loved ones pass on, families become busy with their own lives, and as social circles shrink, so does motivation. Without engagement, without purpose, without laughter and connection, both the mind and body begin to deteriorate. But here's something even more surprising. Loneliness doesn't just affect mental health, it impacts brain function as well. The brain is like a muscle. It needs stimulation. It thrives on learning, challenge, and interaction. But when people stop engaging, when they stop reading, stop learning new things, stop socializing, the brain slows down. Cognitive decline, that's why some people stay sharp well into their 90s while others start struggling much earlier. The difference? Mental activity. People who keep learning, whether it's reading, puzzles, conversation, or even picking up new technology, are far less likely to develop dementia. The brain was designed to adapt. It's capable of forming new connections even in old age. But it requires effort. There's one more factor that often determines whether someone thrives after 80 or declines rapidly: purpose. Most people don't think about this, but having a reason to wake up in the morning can literally add years to your life. When people retire, many feel lost. Their career is over, their children are grown, their days are no longer structured around responsibility, and for many, this leads to an unexpected emptiness. The happiest, longest living people are those who continue to have something to live for, whether it's a hobby, a passion, volunteering, or simply being there for family. This is why some of the longest living populations in the world, like those in Okinawa, Japan, have a concept called ikigai, which means a reason for being. It's a guiding principle that keeps people active, engaged, and motivated well into their 90s and beyond. So when we look at why most people decline after 80, it's not because aging is an automatic process of deterioration. It's because they stop doing the things that keep them alive in the truest sense. They move less and their muscles fade. They eat less and their bodies weaken. They socialize less and loneliness sets in. They stop challenging their brains and mental decline follows. They lose their sense of purpose, and with it, their motivation to keep going. The good news? This cycle can be broken. It's not about reversing aging. It's about slowing it down and maintaining strength, clarity, and joy for as long as possible. The people who live past 100 don't have magic genes or special treatments. They simply keep doing the things that keep them young. They don't let age dictate what they can or can't do. They continue to move, to eat well, to connect with others, to challenge their minds, and to wake up every morning with a sense of purpose. So if you're 60, 70, or even 80, and you want to extend your life, not just in years, but in quality, then it starts now. It starts with small, deliberate choices that compound over time. Because the secret to living past 100 isn't in a pill or a medical breakthrough. It's in the daily habits that keep the body strong, the mind sharp, and the heart full of connection and purpose. And the best part? It's never too late to start. If you want to live beyond 100 with vitality, you need to focus on 5 things: movement, nutrition, mental sharpness, social connection, and purpose. These are not just ideas. They are the exact habits that centenarians follow to extend their lives without feeling like they're just surviving. The best part? You don't need a lifetime of perfect health to benefit. Even small, intentional changes today can add years, maybe even decades to your life. The first and most important habit is movement. If there's one thing every long-living person has in common, it's that they keep moving. The moment you stop challenging your body, it starts shutting down. Your muscles weaken, your balance deteriorates, and before you know it, everyday tasks become difficult. The good news? This decline is reversible at any age. Studies show that even people in their 90s can regain strength through simple body weight exercise. Walking is one of the best forms of exercise, not just for your body, but for your mind. Just 30 minutes a day can reduce your risk of heart disease, improve circulation, and even boost your mood. If walking is difficult, start with chair exercises. Use resistance bands to maintain strength. Dance to your favorite music. The key is to move every single day. It's not about extreme workouts. It's about consistency. In Okinawa, Japan, one of the longest living populations in the world, elders rarely sit for long. They work in their gardens, take regular strolls, and naturally stay active throughout the day. They don't go to the gym, but they move. That's the secret, avoiding long periods of inactivity. If you want to live longer, stop sitting so much. Make movement a daily habit, even in small ways. Next, let's talk about nutrition. What you eat directly impacts how you age. Most centenarians follow a diet that's rich in whole foods, not processed junk, not restrictive fad diets, but real nutrient-dense foods that fuel the body. If you want to slow aging, focus on adding more of the right foods, not just cutting out the bad ones. Protein is crucial for maintaining muscle and preventing frailty. Many seniors don't get enough, and as a result, they lose muscle faster. Incorporating lean sources of protein like fish, eggs, beans, and tofu can keep your muscles strong and your metabolism working efficiently. Another must-have, healthy fats. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish, nuts, and olive oil have been proven to protect the brain, reduce inflammation, and support heart health. And then there's hydration, one of the most overlooked aspects of longevity. As we age, our sense of thirst diminishes, leading to chronic dehydration without even realizing it. Dehydration can cause fatigue, confusion, and joint pain. If you often feel sluggish, forgetful, or unsteady, try drinking more water. You might be surprised at how much better you feel. Many of the world's longest living people also consume fermented foods like yogurt, kimchi, and miso, which are packed with probiotics that improve gut health. A healthy gut is directly linked to a strong immune system and better brain function. And then there are leafy greens, legumes, and berries, all of which provide essential nutrients that protect your body from disease and slow the aging process. But there's another layer to aging well that most people don't think about: mental sharpness. It's a myth that memory loss is an unavoidable part of aging. The truth is, the brain is like a muscle. It needs exercise. The people who stay sharp into their 90s and beyond are the ones who never stop learning. They read, they play games, they take up new hobbies. They challenge their minds regularly. In one study, seniors who engaged in mentally stimulating activities like reading, learning a language, or doing puzzles had a 30 to 50% lower risk of dementia. Your brain is designed to adapt, to form new connections, and to grow. But when you stop challenging it, it slows down. That's why watching hours of TV every day without any mental engagement is one of the worst things you can do for your brain health. Learning something new doesn't have to be complicated. It could be as simple as reading a book, picking up a new hobby, or even learning how to use new technology. The goal is to stay curious, to stay engaged with the world. When you do, your brain stays young. Just as important as brain health is social connection. This is one of the biggest longevity secrets that most people overlook. Studies have found that loneliness is as dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That's because chronic loneliness increases stress hormones, weakens the immune system, and accelerates cognitive decline. Simply put, people who stay socially connected live longer. But here's the challenge. Many seniors experience a gradual loss of social ties over time. Friends move away, loved ones pass on, and family members get busy with their own lives. If you're not intentional about maintaining social connections, isolation can creep in, affecting both your mental and physical health. The good news, it's never too late to build new connections. It could be joining a local club, rekindling old friendships, or even making an effort to talk to neighbors. Volunteering is another powerful way to stay engaged. It gives you a sense of purpose while surrounding you with like-minded people. Many of the longest living people in the world live in tight-knit communities where social interaction is part of daily life. They prioritize friendships, make time for gatherings, and never stop engaging with others. If you want to live longer, don't isolate yourself. Make conversation a daily habit. Even a simple phone call or visit with a friend can have a profound impact on your well-being. Finally, the most overlooked longevity secret of all, purpose. This might be the most important one. Studies have shown that people who have a strong sense of purpose tend to live significantly longer. It's not just about keeping busy, it's about having a reason to wake up in the morning. For many people, purpose comes from work. But after retirement, if there's no new passion, no new role to step into, life can start to feel empty. That's why some people age rapidly after they stop working. They lose their sense of identity. They don't know what to do with themselves. But those who continue to have goals, passions, and responsibilities, whether it's a creative hobby, volunteering, or spending time with family, are the ones who thrive. In Okinawa, Japan, where some of the world's oldest people live, there is no concept of retirement. Instead, they have ikigai, a reason for being. It's what keeps them going. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as tending to a garden, mentoring younger people, or having a project that excites you. The key is to keep looking forward to something. So let's put it all together. If you want to extend your lifespan, not just in years, but in quality, focus on these 5 things. Move every day. Walk, stretch, stay active, never stop using your muscles. Eat for longevity. Prioritize whole foods, stay hydrated, and get enough nutrients. Keep your brain sharp. Learn, read, engage in mentally stimulating activities. Maintain strong social connections. Loneliness is dangerous. Nurture friendships and find ways to connect with others. Have a purpose. Find something that excites you, something to look forward to. Aging doesn't have to mean decline. The habits you build today will determine how you feel tomorrow. And the best part, it's never too late to start. Even small changes can add years, maybe even decades to your life. The secret to living past 100 isn't in a pill or a miracle cure. It's in the choices you make every single day. Aging is not a countdown to decline. It's a journey that can be shaped by the choices you make. Most people assume that growing old means losing strength, losing memory, and losing independence, but the truth is your body and mind are far more adaptable than you might think. You don't have to accept frailty as your future. You don't have to let isolation take away your joy. You don't have to fear aging as something that will strip you of the life you love, because the reality is the decisions you make today, how you move, what you eat, who you spend time with, and what you wake up for, will determine the quality of your life, not just now, but decades from now. Look at the people who live past 100 with vitality. They are not just lucky. They are active, they are engaged, they challenge their bodies, their minds, and their relationships every single day. They don't stop moving, they don't stop learning, they don't stop connecting with others, and most importantly, they don't stop having something to live for. That's the secret, not a miracle cure, not perfect genetics, but a lifelong commitment to staying involved in the world around them. So what does this mean for you? It means that no matter your age, no matter your past, no matter where you are in life, you have the power to shape your future. You can start moving more today. You can choose better food today. You can reach out to an old friend today. You can wake up tomorrow with a new goal, a new purpose, and a renewed sense of excitement for life. It is never too late to start living better. Aging is not about counting the years. It's about making the years count. And if you embrace these principles, if you take small, meaningful steps every day, you might just find yourself living not just beyond 80, not just beyond 90, but past 100 with energy, clarity, and joy. Because life isn't about how long you live, it's about how well you live. And that is something you can control starting now.